Hi everyone, Alia here, your accredited nutritionist. I'll be explaining the complete nutrition method to those of you who haven't read my book or are interested in controlling your cravings, in gaining more energy, in feeling like life is easier as we get older. Because let's face it, as we start to age, our metabolism goes down, we start to experience perimenopausal symptoms or menopausal symptoms. Even our health can decline naturally, and that's just life. But it doesn't have to stay this way. We can certainly manage it. We can even manage our weight. We can drop weight. We can increase muscle. We can manage bone density, and we can increase energy. The opportunities are endless. They really are. And this method, along with some other methods I have, really do work. And I wanted to share this with you because it has helped many of my clients and myself to gain control and this natural feeling of I don't need sweet or savory food. And that is a really good place to get to. Some of us were brought up this way where we didn't feel like we needed much food on our plate. We weren't told to eat everything off our plate. We weren't fed with treat food to as rewards and then along the way we weren't relying on food, so these kind of mindsets are rare, but they're there, and if we can get you there, if I can get you there to that mindset where you don't need treat food, you don't need sweets or savories at 3 o'clock after dinner, uh, then then you're there. Do you know what I mean? Like you're going to be so much more happier, you're going to feel so much more control, so much more power girl, and you're going to lose weight naturally. It's amazing. It's a really good place to be, and it happens naturally. There's no drugs involved. There's, you don't have to go on a diet at all because complete nutrition method is the opposite of dieting and restriction. I know, right? It's quite revolutionary because these days we are exposed to a lot of diets and restriction and all these quick fixes that don't come along with any maintenance programs. And this is the maintenance program that not only gives you results, it keeps your results. So, without further ado, let's get in here. So, Ageless Vitality is a new membership program that I have for clients that would like to lose the weight, manage weight, help out with their symptoms that are hormonal, that are to do with metabolism, that are to do with energy and wanting to have, good core strength and good nutrition because they notice that they've got more bloating, inflammation, weight. And this is a membership that they can access all these videos and audios and sheets and even consults with me that they can access at their own pace. And I think that's really important for women that are busy. I'm busy. I know you're busy. And this is what I would choose. So I just wanted to share with you that I've been there, girl. Like, a little bit about myself. So, as you may know, I'm an accredited nutritionist. So, I've studied at Deakin University and I've done my yards there and I've written 2 books and I've been doing fitness and nutrition for about 20 years. But before that, or as I was studying, before that, I wanted to be a model. At the age of 15, I wanted to be a model. And back then it was all about Cosmopolitan magazine, Girlfriend magazine, how they looked, the gap between the legs, the slim arms. I would compare my body to the nth degree. I would look in the mirror and I'd compare my body. So that is a sign of an eating disorder. And because I was having a lot of self criticism. Now, wherever that came from, that doesn't matter, but it was there. So that was a sign, right? And then I became so I was competing in Miss Universe. So as you can see there, I am in the middle on the far left of your screen. You will see three girls, and I'm the girl in the middle, right? They actually had to put me back. So this photo was taken in an alleyway in Melbourne. They had to put me back half a meter so I would look just as slim as the other girls. Okay. So, as you can see, like this pattern of always needing to fit into a certain look, a certain size, to feel happy, to feel like I was enough, to feel like I was going to achieve being a model, my dream, my career, money, like fame, and what I thought would be happiness and fulfillment and purpose. That, it didn't serve me to have to try and fit in that mold. So there I am, Miss Universe. Sure, that was all fun and games, and it was great that to try things as a youngster, or as a young adult, but it came along with a price. And because I was always comparing myself physically, I wasn't focusing on what made me happy. I was looking to always fit in castings with what agents said, parents said, friends said. I didn't have my understanding of what health means to me, what happiness means to me, what my boundaries were. So I was in a place where it was exhausting, to be honest. And the only way I could control my happiness was really through food. And I was either eating food to because I was just so hungry, or because I felt like I needed a fix. I needed some kind of happiness. I needed a drug. I needed that sugar boost on that fat and carb. I needed all of them sometimes, because I was also fasting. So the issue with a lot of us actually is that we fast for many, many hours, and we tell ourselves, yeah, I'm burning off fat, ketosis, it's good for me, it makes me younger. Yes, but it's not good if then we eat and it's unhealthy food because we're just so hungry, and we tell ourselves it's okay because, it's our cells we are feeding here. And it's not okay if we're exercising, because when we're exercising and working and looking after kids or looking after someone else, women can do it all. So this is, men are amazing creatures too, but as women, I appreciate what women are capable, especially when they do things for others, when they work as well as maintain a house, and then maybe also have a child or two or three or four or more. It's amazing what women can do, but it comes at a price. And a lot of women struggle with this. They think they need a fast, ketosis. And I'm here to tell you that I've been there. Yes, it was in my early 20s, but it wasn't a good place to be. Okay. And I'm not saying that fasting is an eating disorder or even ketosis or anything like that, but it's not sustainable. Okay. It's hard to hold that eating. Like, would you want your children to be on ketosis for the rest of their lives? No, because they need nutrition, they need carbs, they need vegetables. They need a focus. You and children and balance is all about fueling your body. So this next picture, I became a mom. Then I put on weight. Wasn't happy about that. I didn't even realize I put on weight. I was like, I'm fine. I'm cool. Like, I've had a huge achievement. I was going through some health issues at the time while having my child, and then after, like, it was hard physically and biologically, like, and so I overcame that. That's huge. Mums, if you've had if you're a woman and you've had a child, like that's huge. Good on you, like, and or you've built a business or two, like these are huge milestones, or overcoming an illness, right? But then we're like, oh, hang on. Then we've got the chance to focus on other things, and then we realize, oh, well, I wouldn't mind, sculpting up. I would be that much more happier, to be lighter, to be more toned, have less backaches, and it would be just so much better. So then I discovered Yoga Tone, the best thing ever. Like, doesn't require burpees, doesn't require like slave driving. It just requires skill, mindfulness, stretching, and tapping into your body. So good. And you get used to this burn. So those are the kind of videos I have in the Ageless Vitality membership. So when we nourish ourselves with balance, not restriction, we reclaim our power, body, mind, and soul. So examples of restrictive or emotionally disconnected advice out there, there's heaps. Like, cut out all the carbs after 40. Yes, it does help to have less processed carbs. Like, a lot of us sometimes are having lots of bread, or, we have like lots of wine with it, or we have, cereals. But sometimes we don't even realize that carbs are good. Like pumpkin, that's a carb. This is the type of carb we should be focusing on, is the natural carbs. You can't cut them all out. You need energy, especially if you're going to be doing Pilates, yoga. You need to fuel your body. It's athletic, because your aim is to be athletic, not restrictive on your body. You don't want to become like an editorial model. They look so skinny and they don't have much muscle, and sure, they've got nice features that they were born with, but who wants to be that skinny anyway? We want some, like, we need energy to be an athlete of life. You have so much to achieve still. You are living, you need to feel like you have the energy to live in your purpose, to look after your lifestyle as it is right now, plus more. You can do it. You just need to dedicate your energy wisely with nutrition. So, cutting out carbs promotes fear of food groups instead of balance. It leads to energy crashes, mood swings, and cravings. It really does. So this approach, I have the complete nutrition, celebrates carbs 4 times a day. And I'll get more into it in the program. Today, it's really just about shifting your perspective. And shifting your belief system, so you can start to really embody what balance is for you. And it's a very important moment in your life. Skip breakfast to boost fat burning with intermittent fasting. We naturally skip breakfast. I don't know about you, but sometimes I have to force a banana down my throat. Like semi-ripe, of course. Like, I have to force, a smoothie, or that's being positive. Like, that's really having time. But like to have, a healthy, balanced breakfast is hard. It's hard sometimes. And but what happens is your hormones need to be fueled, as well as your nervous system. Your adrenal glands have been so stressed, your nervous system so stressed, and if you don't have breakfast, it'll be 10 times worse, I'm telling you. And then you have a coffee, that's even worse. Like, your heart will be pumping, you'll be just a nervous wreck. So you do need to have quality food 4 times a day, 3 to 4 times a day, and you definitely need to have breakfast and not fast. They say to eat less, move more. No. I mean, it's supposed to, what that does is creates guilt and frustration when results don't follow. Do you relate with that? Have you ever jumped on the scales every single day? I have. Like, at the end of the week, I expected to lose a certain amount of weight, and it doesn't work like that. With with scales, it's, you should only go on them like when you go to the doctors, or it's good to go on them as a rule of thumb with a program, like once a month or once every 3 weeks. Um, and if you do go like once a week or once a fortnight, it takes a few readings to start to notice them dropping down. So that's science for you. Just is. It goes up and down until it gradually goes down. So muscle mass increases, body weight decreases. That's why you need a bioimpedance. But it is frustrating because people don't know. People don't realize there is more to it than eat less, move more. Okay. Track every calorie, weigh your food. That's hard. That's eating disorder. Like that is so hard. Where's your energy going? Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, if you are competing for bodybuilding, go for it. Get your macros right. But then they don't sustain it. The bodybuilders, people that really track hard, like that's hard to sustain, especially if you're running a business that requires your energy elsewhere. You need to have really easy systems with food because, yeah, it should be easy and balanced, because your energy needs to go somewhere else rather than weighing your food and counting calories. Even using an app, that should be just used as guidance, and then over time, it gives us an awareness. It's good to do it right, to put our food and exercise into an app or to fill out a food diary. Excellent activities to do and accountability. However, you don't want to be like tracking your food and comparing it. Do you know what I mean? Like it should be that, you've tweaked one habit. You can see over time things are changing. You're learning from, you know, the habits. You're learning from the foods that were actually highly processed that you didn't realize. You're learning that you're skipping meals here and you're having too much alcohol there. It's all learning. It's not to put pressure on you. Okay, so detox with green juice or cleanse days. Uh, so yeah, you need nourishment. That's so true. Protein. You do need fiber. I encourage my clients and myself, if I'm making a juice, I keep the fiber. Or if I will eat the fiber. Like you need fiber. You need 30 grams of fiber a day at least. It comes from vegetables, oats, things like that, quinoa oats. You need fiber for your bowels. You need to be shifting out food every single day. Um, yeah, and it's just not good if you're not having that. So, um, you know, uh, a lot of bodies don't actually agree um, with the juice because it's focusing on just one, um, a few vegetables, and it's not celebrating the huge array of nutrition you should be consuming on a daily basis. Your body is so complex. It doesn't need a detox from nourishment. It needs a detox from processed foods, bad fats, those vegetable oils that we don't need, canolas, and it needs a detox from sweeteners, from processed sugar, uh, and all this pressure that these diets are putting on us and people. So yeah, just realize that there's a lot of advice out there, and if it doesn't feel right or you hear stories, just know you've got balance. Balance is the way, my friends. Tell your friends. The solution, a new way to nourishment. Okay. So what if there was a way, this complete nutrition method will help you feel calm? Like imagine that instead of having to diet and worry about what you're eating, what you can't eat, what you can eat, feeling guilty, feeling bad, like that's a lot of pressure and shame to carry day to day, my friends. You do not need that. That is poor energy. It's low energy, feeling bad, feeling guilty, feeling like you haven't done well. Um, this program, like this complete nutrition method that you get in my membership, it's huge. You will, once you start to understand it, you will start to actually feel calm around food. Understand what balance is, again, with food. Something that our parents haven't taught us. My parents didn't teach me this. I had to finish everything on my plate or I was wasting food, you know? Yeah. And then so this complete nutrition method you can use when you're going out for a Christmas brunch, you can use when you're going out to events, when you're on the plane, when you're out with your child at the shopping center. You will always know how to eat when taking away at home, how to cook, because the method is so easy. And the whole point of I'm trying to really reiterate that it is revolutionary. It's going to help reduce and delete any shame, guilt, heaviness. You don't need pressure, you need freedom, and it's really easy. So I'm very excited about it. So the old belief used to be that you had to restrict, control, or punish your body to see results. But this is not about punishing it, it's about thriving. When you nourish, you thrive. You don't fight it. And, lasting change doesn't come from discipline, it comes from alignment. So a lot of women have come to me and they have noticed that they can manage their weight. They are getting results. But they're not getting results because they are constantly on the scales, they're fasting, they're it's none of that. Or they're punishing their bodies and they're feeling inflammation every week. None of that. Whole different ball game. If you're in the flow, if your body feels good, these women have stopped thinking about food. The cravings are gone. They're emotionally steady now. They feel like they're a team with their body, because you should feel like you are boss, like you are boss, but you are working as a good team. Do you know what I mean? Like you're working together, you're initiating good change and a good future. And your body's like, yeah, I'm on board with this. I trust you again. And you want your body to trust you. I know for many years my body has I didn't, align with my body, and a lot of women don't. We lose alignment with our bodies, and that's why our bodies then are used to, to just deal with all the crap that goes on. It doesn't have to go that way. It can feel just really good and balanced. And when it feels really good and balanced, it won't crave foods anymore. It'll be able to portion control really well. You'll feel fueled for your exercise, Pilates. You'll notice that you get more tone. You'll be in line with the doctor, what they want from you with, good nutrition, with the calcium, the cruciferous vegetables, vitamin D. Like it's all naturally in the meals when you start to think of all groups. The complete nutrition method. So not only does this complete nutrition method help you to portion control cravings, sweet, savory, it will support your gut and your nervous system. If you are constantly on guard with your children, or you've got difficult parents or difficult people in your life, you are going to feel more at ease, and it's your life. Get on, let's keep you on track with your goals in life, and help you to feel on track, help you to make better decisions of your own, help you to know what your body actually needs from nutrition, not from sweet or savory things, and help your gut to reduce with any inflammation or issues there naturally. So you will notice a difference in inflammation. A lot of people feel less swollen. You can actually see on people's faces there's less swelling when they stick to the complete nutrition method for at least 2 weeks. Uh, and I'm not talking about every single day. This is not a diet. The complete nutrition method is all about balance. So if you're eating 70% of the time, or 5 days, 4 or 5 days a week, complete nutrition, which means clean food, fats, proteins, and carbs, VCP, sorry, vegetables, proteins, and carbs, VCP, vegetables, carbs, and protein, 1/3 of a plate vegetables, 1/3 of a plate carbs, 1/3 of a plate is protein, carbs, veg, 4 times a day for 4 or 5 days a week. The other 2 days, you're going out, you're not thinking about it too much. you will start to not only notice a difference with your body health and energy, you you will naturally lose the weight along with the exercise, and you haven't done anything. Like clients of mine, they add in the recipes I have in the Ageless Vitality membership. It's the 5 pillar system to healthy mind and body book with the recipes there. They've added in those recipes, the breakfast recipes, lunch and dinner, lost weight. And I'm the same. Like I've kept my weight really healthy. Uh, like yeah, for as long as I could. Yeah, like the last 10 years, it's been the best time ever. Like all my life, most of my life, I was actually suffering. Yeah, come to think of it, suffering with not eating balanced. I was just out of control. I wasn't feeling empowered. I didn't understand. I didn't listen. I wasn't able to listen to my body. I lost touch. And it wasn't, it's not your fault. It's not anyone's fault when they lose touch with their bodies. It's just what happens over time when we develop, with unhealthy habits. We listen to people. There's messages coming at us all the time from the media, from people around us. And it's now we know. Okay. So now you know what balance is, what healthy means to you. It will empower you. It will take you away from any confusion, from any uh, feelings of that you're not in control. And it's a whole new journey. Okay, so you will notice you'll balance your blood sugars better because there's protein in there. There's low GI carbs as it is because you're focusing on natural carbs. So you like your sweet potatoes, your pumpkins, and you're mixing it with protein and vegetables. So your vegetables that aren't corn, it's more like your capsicum, mushrooms, zucchini, broccoli, etc. Control portions without calorie counting. Every time you know how to plate your plate with VCP, vegetables, carbs, and protein, you're actually naturally creating the perfect amount of calories. And because you will use my method of the 5 bite rule or the mindful eating approach, nothing new, mindful eating, eat it slowly, tap into the senses, really notice the texture, eat it slowly, you would naturally eat less already. 2 theories that really work, changed my life, changed many clients' lives, and can really change yours. Okay. So, and then it will support having this method, having balanced meals 4 times a day will create fuel for your body. And you will notice that your emotional intelligence, known as EQ, will increase. So, if you do suffer from anxiety, if you do suffer from depression or worry, or your moods are going up and down all over the place, this will help stabilize them. It's fueling your body, your energy. It will give you more energy in your brain. Your brain uses 20% of the energy in your body. You need to fuel your body and brain, and you will notice that you are just going to feel more even. Yes, so it's super important that you do feel more grounded, more nourished. You deserve it and in control. So join the flow. Just $1 a day will keep your hormones and cravings at bay. It's really easy to follow. It is the best thing you can do is to get into your flow, my friends. So if you can go away with one thing that you've learnt from today, it would be, what have you learnt? It's getting into your flow. What's your flow? Because everyone else will tell you what their flow is. All the marketing agencies and food companies will tell you low carb, high protein, low salt, and this, when you start to read your labels, when you start to know how to plate your food, when you realize that you honestly are not hungry for chocolate or cheese and biscuits, and you can choose, you realize, whoa, Alia was right. This complete nutrition method, like I just feel like maybe I'm not losing weight yet, but at least I'm in control. Like that is flow. That is like when you feel like things are going right for you. And you deserve that. You deserve to feel like you don't have to go on another diet, you know, you know, get onto an expensive pill out there or an injection or do lipo or, gastric band surgery or any med. Yeah, it's just, it should be really, really um, empowering. So I do have this membership that I would love you to be part of. It's only $1 a day, and you do get some time with me, 15 minutes a month. The moment that's a special at the moment where you get to have that consult with me. Uh, and more importantly, I'm interested in seeing you grow. So there is an opportunity for us to for me to watch your accountability grow every week or when you can. And there are times when your capacity is limited. You are going through things, whether it's court, whether it's going through really difficult situations, or you've got, your children are really going through hard stages, or your business is, it's going haywire, or you're just in this place where things just feel a little bit more difficult and you need that inspiration. So when you get to that, when you're in that place, this membership is a reminder that you can come out of that at any time, that there is flow, that there is hope, that there is energy in the food you eat, in the choices you make. Listen to the audios, enjoy all the great tools I have for you and videos. I hope that yeah, I really hope that to see you shine and give it a go.